Hello. I was on a mission this October, but I was supposed to focus on my webcomic, and I was definitely not supposed to participate in Inktober. I was going to skip Inktober, but then I caved in and I decided to draw my Inktober OCs. So I'm going to basically be doing 31 prompts in 7 days, so wish me luck. So firstly, maybe I think I might just be trying to escape from my webcomic. Let's forget about that. But also, let's go back in time to 2017. I started drawing random characters based on the Inktober 2017 prompts, and then I began naming them based on the letters of Inktober. And then I began writing a very light-hearted story, which can sometimes become very tragic. It was a bit tragic when I started writing the backstories, but then I decided to keep it light-hearted anyway. I planned a webcomic, and then I gave up, and then I tried again, but then I failed. And then this thing went on for a while, and that brings us to 2023, when I have had a very strong craving to draw them again. I resisted because, as I mentioned, I was a woman on mission. But then the prompts were so cute, and I could only imagine my characters in those prompts very easily, and I just had to draw them. Now, to give you a quick background on my Inktober OCs, so I have about 6 OCs whom I've designed. There's still 2 more who I need to design, but yeah. So basically, the first one is Ivy. So she comes from the I in Inktober. So she's the calm and matured one of the group, but she can also be extremely sensitive, especially when it concerns Ray, who is another of my OC. Then we have Ness, who is basically Ivy's twin brother. He's the passionate one, and he wants to become a director. He is also a director of a play in the drama club at the university, and he often casts his sister, who doesn't have any acting skills, in his place, and both of them don't get along well. They have the basic sibling relationship, and then the only thing they can agree on are when things come to Ray. We'll get to Ray one at the end of the video, but we'll move on to Kian. So Kian is basically Ivy's and Ness's next door neighbor. He has a crush on Ivy. It was love on first sight for him. But then he's blissfully unaware of the siblings' relation. So he also looks very similar to Ray, much to twins' dismay, because he has a crush on Ivy. So he does get on the twins' nerve quite a bit, and they can't be rude to him because he looks like Ray. And both the twins love Ray a little too much for their own good. Then we have Tammy, who is like Kian's best friend. She is an office worker. She is usually very loud and very outgoing, and she is Kian's go-to person for any sort of advice, although she might not have all the experience in the world about anything. I'm still developing her character, because initially she was supposed to be Kian's niece, but I can barely write people, and I just didn't want to write children. So yeah, and I mean, basically that family dynamic did not work. So I basically decided to make Tammy his best friend instead, who is an office worker, and that worked. Then we have Olvina, although I just call her Veena. She works at a childcare center, and basically, like, if Kian had a niece, she was supposed to be in the childcare center, and that's how Veena and Kian were supposed to know each other. But now I'm not sure how they would know each other. Uh, I guess that's something to figure out. But anyway, so Veena joins the group when Ness actually ropes her into one of his plays. He kind of sees that she has a great acting prowess, and he decides that he's going to cast her in his play. And following a misunderstood job offer, she thinks Ness is proposing to her, and then she chases after him. Although she does figure out that she misunderstood, but she still chases after him. And that's a interesting dynamic, because Ness doesn't want to be in a relationship, but Veena doesn't give up easily either. So it's not like he doesn't like her, but yeah, a bit cute. Then we have, let's skip B and E, because these are the characters I'm still working on. So I haven't, even after all these years, I haven't really put a face to their names yet. But we'll get to them maybe next Inktober. And then we finally get to Ray, who is like the central figure in the story, and especially in the twins' life. To describe Ray in one word, he's the cool guy. No matter what he does, he looks cool, and that was my only rule for him. So there should, if Ray's in a scene in the story, there should be at least one dialogue which he says, which is supposed to be cool and which is supposed to be appreciated by everyone in that scene. That's why it makes it very difficult for me to figure out how Ray looks like. But then he's also a very key character in the sense that he practically saved the twins from their descent. So he is loved by the twins quite a bit, and Ivy actually has a crush on him, and that is one of the key components of the story. But yeah, so these are my 6 Inktober characters that I often draw every October, and I'll basically talk about them more in my next video, hopefully, if I get the prompts done, and let's see how that works. So then I don't have anything more to add for today's video. So I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye, and thank you for watching.